Archangel Michael orders you to open this immediately. You may access this right away. Archangel Michael has discovered a deadly secret in your family. Therefore, I am commanding you to open this immediately. There is no longer time to keep the illusion that everything is well, because a hidden feature of your fancy line has been abruptly revealed. Heaven has now decided that you must be made aware of a truth that has been hidden in the shadows of your family's history for decades, if not generations. This secret was never meant to reach you. The story they told you as a youngster was carefully prepared to protect their reputations. However, the shield has been breached, and the reality that lies beneath it will result in both accountability and exposure. Your ancestors are pacing, and the spirit realm is agitated this evening. Your bloodline's memory is haunted by a name, a location, and a date, and this message will expose the falsehood they had tried to keep hidden. This is more than just a story about treachery. The knowledge you're going to learn has the ability to forever change your perspective on specific people. It is a novel that delves into the themes of divine justice, authority, and identity. You were born into this family for a reason, and now you've been chosen to right the wrong that others tried to conceal. A tempest is rising, and it's named after someone you'd never think. A deadly secret was kept in an unsent letter, 444, and a man must be typed to receive a blessing. Hidden beneath the floorboards of a chamber formerly occupied by your grandfather. The letter was intended to be burned after it was written due to its highly sensitive nature. Nevertheless, divine intervention saved it. The person who last read it has died, but their soul is still striving to speak with you. Your family never talks about the woman in question. She vanished from documents, images, and anecdotes as if she did not exist. However, you will quickly realize that she was not only real, but also carried a piece of your legacy that others were desperate to destroy. The photos that you saw were manipulated. Someone who is still living is concerned that the truth may be discovered before they can plan their next lie, as the stories they were told have been updated. According to Archangel Michael, the truth was revealed via divine intent rather than chance. The people who suppressed it thought they had won, but heaven has reopened the file, and the truth will soon be delivered to your door. One of your relatives struck a silent agreement. Type 777 to receive a blessing. They promised not to discuss a scandal that would harm the image of success and unity that your family was trying to present. This controversy involved a prohibited romance hidden beneath layers of dread and humiliation, and it was marked by deception. However, one person was unable to bear the load of remorse. He murmured your name to a close friend before he died, hoping that you would be the one to confront and withstand the reality. In his hallucinations, this person saw you standing in front of the house where it all started. You held a little box wrapped in crimson fabric in your hand. This box is authentic and still exists, awaiting your discovery. Your relatives may deny its existence. They might even engage in physical battle with you. However, what you are about to uncover has the potential to upend generational chains that have survived in your ancestors like a quiet curse. Inside the crimson box is a flimsy envelope containing a name, a photograph, and a ring. Enter the code to receive blessing 99. That name is related with a woman who had previously been promised a position in your family but was forced removed in quiet. Someone who is still walking among you is soaked in her blood. His secret has been passed down from sibling to sibling like a burden, never uttered but always felt, and they are oblivious of it. It burdened the hearts of those who tried to hide it, and it now demands justice, not vengeance, but freedom. The woman was more than just a lover. You, chosen one, have the key to unleashing it. She was the rightful heir to a legacy. All of this was done to preserve a reputation that was never pure in the first place, and her child lost their place, inheritance, and dignity. Archangel Michael claims that your family structure was built on an unstable basis. However, you will be the earthquake that restores it to its original state. This is your destiny. Enter the number 1212 to receive a blessing. A notebook is hidden in a home that is no longer visited. Every page of the journal contains silent facts and cautions for the person who will read it next. The journal belongs to a woman who goes by the initials ML. She wrote with haste, despair, and love. The murmuring you hear while you are alone, as well as the strange dreams you have just had, are not arbitrary, even if you do not believe it yet. They are echoes of that woman, attempting to walk you through the process of discovering the evidence she left behind. She was defeated before completing her purpose, but you will not be. This story is likely to be known to a member of your family, such as an aunt or older cousin. They kept it hidden as if it were a powerful secret. Never sharing, always pretending, but paradise will suddenly impose so much pressure that they will be unable to withstand it. It's possible that the person you call uncle isn't actually your uncle. This secret may be even more intimately linked to the person who raised you than they have revealed. Everything will start to appear as soon as you take one step in the right path. Type a male to receive a blessing 1010. A lawyer who previously administered the family's assets had access to a will that was not meant for public inspection. The lawyer felt horrible when the will was changed under pressure, excluding the legitimate heir. Yet his desire for financial gain kept him from speaking out. Although he passed away many years ago, his assistant is still alive. She has access to files that are kept in a secure cabinet at a private location, and your name is linked to that cabinet. You will shortly receive a call or message directing you to her doorway. She has been expecting to receive a letter addressed to the individual who carries light, as well as the restitution of the stolen documents, assets, and evidence. Archangel Michael has seen it etched on your fate. This is you. This isn't only about property or money. It entails recreating a past that has been altered by fear, allowing the powerful truth to roam freely once more. To receive a blessing, type the name of a male. The person you admire the most may have been engaged in the first cover-up. They assumed that protecting you entailed keeping you unaware, but blindness is no longer an option. As a result, their silence exacerbated the injustice. A photograph is hidden behind an extra frame. Check the hallway of the ancient family home, remove the backing from the third picture on the left wall, and you'll discover what was meant to be forgotten. An appearance that is strikingly similar to yours, despite the fact that you were never notified of it. You may now start hearing names in your sleep and having nightmares that give clues. View dates or relive situations you've never had since they're associated with someone whose blood flows through you. Archangel Michael has proclaimed that the angels have lifted the seal, making the spiritual connection indisputable. The invisible realm has already launched its struggle for this secret, but you are divinely protected. Type a man's name to receive a 555 blessing. The vibrations in your home may vary. It is possible to have flickering lights. It is probable that you will feel emotional changes without reason. These are not coincidences. They are signs that the hidden is being brought to light and your spirit is poised to accept. A family member who has never been motivated to address the past will suddenly become protective, distant, and angry. You shouldn't take it personally. They are anticipating the next exposure. They are aware that you are getting closer. The woman whose name had vanished from recollection was a woman of wisdom, power, and grace. She wrote a document that your family tried to trash, but a domestic who had previously worked for them saved a copy and stored it. The housekeeper is still alive, and her granddaughter will soon confront you in an unusual way. You may notice an object that appears irrelevant. Are you the person with the red thread and blue eyes? That's your indication. Pay close attention to her instructions and follow them exactly. In the near future, you will receive a communication from someone with whom you have not communicated in quite some time. Initially, they may speak in a mysterious manner, unsure whether you are prepared. However, if you show a desire to communicate, they will reveal a detail about your birth that will forever change your life. You were not asked to a family meeting. During that meeting, it was decided that you would never know the truth. However, one individual was left with a great load that they were unable to handle, and their conscience has caused them trouble ever since. Threats were used to silence the person who knew the truth. Manipulation and spiritual fears. However, they have begun to feel divine duress. Archangel Michael is also sending them signals, and the stillness is cracking. A letter written in 1992 was never delivered. The mail is addressed to you by name, and the contents include phrases designed to anticipate the events that are currently taking place. Type a man's name to receive a blessing 1616. Your family has been plagued by an unknown sickness for generations. Someone always becomes sick at the same time of year, and no one knows why. This relates to the enigma. The spiritual burden of silence has manifested physically over generations. However, healing will occur when the truth is acknowledged and released. You will feel a sense of lightness. He was a heliocyte, a vessel of light, and the lady who was nourished with spiritual abilities would begin to understand the things that previously perplexed you about your own emotions and patterns. Her blood flows through you. That is why the adversary made such a concerted attempt to eradicate her lineage, which carried heavenly powers. However, heaven has decided that there be no further delay. You are the chosen continuation of her story, and the light she embodied has been rekindled in your spirit. Enter a man's name to receive a blessing. 888. There is a mirror in your home that emits odd energy. If you inspect it under the light of a candle, you may notice shadows or pictures behind you. I do not intend to scare you. It confirms that the entities are presenting themselves. They plan to demonstrate something to you. You may feel an intense need to compose without thinking. Allow your hand to move freely. The words will appear, and they are not yours. They are communicating. The spirit of the person who was erased is carried by an heirloom, a locket, or an antique outfit that you have always admired. When you first wore it, you may have felt a chill. This is because it has a memory engraved in its fiber. Furthermore, when you put it on again, you may have flashbacks to the past. These are gifts from the past showered upon you. They will help you understand the links between all elements. Type a man to receive a blessing, 303. Someone in your life will try to deny this, suggesting that you are obsessively fixated on the past or dreaming things. However, this is owing to their concerns about the information you may discover. Now, more than ever, you must have faith in yourself. Heaven has chosen your intuition as the channel through which this truth is communicated. Avoid silencing it. There is a risk of tears and resistance. However, you are capable of bringing this story to the foreground where it belongs. Archangel Michael declares that your voice will be the blade that breaks the curse on your blood iron. You have been protected for an extraordinary amount of time. You are now expected to act as a protective barrier for those who continue to live in darkness. You were expected to be the one to break the hush. Once the entire truth has been disclosed, input Amen to get the benediction 190019. Your family's vitality will be transformed. Some may become closer, while others may permanently distance themselves. This is a miraculous sorting process. Those who were supposed to join you into the light will stay, including old photos, dusty boxes, and hidden journals. Examine them. Do not ignore items that appear to be of modest relevance. It is the spot where the sacred things of the spirit domain are hidden. You will come across an unknown name. You will have a sense of familiarity with it as soon as you see it. The name in question holds the secret to the true origin of your family's spiritual blessing, which you were always meant to carry on. There is someone who is spiritually monitoring you. This guardian has been protecting your ambition since childhood, and he is not a veterinarian, but rather a protector. They are happy of your success in reaching this point. Type Amen to get a blessing from 140014. If you are compelled to visit a place you have never been before, such as a home, burial, or city, do so. That impulse isn't arbitrary. Your voice is now a trumpet in the spiritual realm, and you will uncover something your spirit has long desired. From this point forward, the authority of the truth-bearer is there in every word you speak. Be careful, courageous, and centered. Those who wanted to remove this tale did so out of fear for who they may become. Your authority intimidated them. They were concerned about your alignment, and they are now being realized. When you say the name of the person who was erased, you will cause a wave. However, the disturbance will evolve into a wave, and the wave will remove every barrier that was previously erected to keep divine truth from reaching you. To receive the blessing of 200,020, type Amen. You may be visited in your dream tonight. As you move closer, you may notice a brilliant person, a door, or a hallway. Request that the truth be presented to you using symbols and signals. According to Archangel Michael, a scroll in paradise has been unlocked, bearing your family's name. You'll be able to see things that others cannot. You are protected and observed. This is not about assigning blame. You have been given heavenly permission to reopen ancient wounds in order to provide eternal healing. This relates to redemption. The essence of the deleted woman will soon be able to speak directly with nature. Keep an eye out for silent winds, white feathers, and butterflies. That is what her murmur sounds like. Type Amen to receive the blessing 1717 Said. If you feel a stirring in your soul or a sensation of fire in your chest, it means that the light has found you and you are awakening. You're recalling information that was concealed from you. For a good reason, they addressed you differently. They ostracized you because of their belief in a sacred deity. You are now aware of the cause. You carry more than just a name. You bear prophecy. This isn't the conclusion. It is the beginning of a generational deception that will end with you. Heaven is watching. Archangel Michael is offering counsel. This is your destiny. The story they tried to hide is emerging from the ruins through your spirit. Live it without hesitation. Your journey into this truth will not only transform you, but you will also obtain blessings 3,333 by typing Amen. This will lessen your ancestors' pain. Your bravery is finally acknowledging the voices of people who have never been talked of, humiliated, or silenced. Every action you do restores credit to those whose voices were silenced. Your vigor will fluctuate as the days pass. You may notice an increase in sensitivity, alertness, or emotionality as a result of the rewriting of your spiritual DNA, which is now in accordance with the divine truth that was previously hidden beneath falsehood. Objects around you may exhibit unexpected behavior, such as paused watches, dimmed lights, or even abrupt shivers down your spine. These indicators are not to be concerned about. They are confirmations from above and below that you are on the right path. Someone in your social circle is secretly proud of you but is unwilling to say so. They were also present at the moment of the secret, and your bravery has inspired them to share their knowledge. Finally, they will come up and share their wisdom. The family name was formerly tarnished, but heaven now provides healing. Paul. The shame they tried to hide has already been lifted by divine hands. Type Amen to obtain blessing 23. Your power will now be gained from the activities carried out in secret. The woman who was eliminated for a spiritual gift that was never properly conveyed until now has triggered that gift within you. You may feel sensations in your hands, have manifest visions, or be able to perceive emotions other than your own. Your lineage is changing, and the energy is increasing. Your own existence disrupts cycles, ends patterns, and creates something new. The one who stood in the midst of the storm and refused to be moved will be remembered as the one who glanced back, not out of bitterness, but out of courage, in order to release the one who remained shackled. Typing Amen yields blessing 2424. A relative who has repeatedly distanced themselves from you has a deeper reason for their behavior. They acknowledge your divinity, but it is too brilliant for them to confront. They will now begin to soften, gently approaching each other as the truth begins to blur the lines. Examine the dates. Bold writing, maps, and family trees will all take on new meaning. Examine the people who were suddenly introduced, disappeared, and returned in family stories with no explanation. You may even be compelled to visit a grave you have never seen before. Oh, it is where a piece of your tale is buried, and your presence there will finally allow their soul to speak. When you arrive, the wind may suddenly rise. She will guide you to the truth through silence as well as her presence. Simply type Amen to receive blessing 121. When you fully understand this fact, you will no longer feel broken. You will feel a sense of completeness because you were never meant to live on misleading foundations. Instead, you were meant to stand on the unwavering rock of divine truth. Although the person whose actions triggered this sad chapter has since passed away, the consequences continue to reverberate. It will take courage, but you are already bold, to lift the load and provide calm to a place where sorrow formerly reigned. You're not here to carry it. You've been dealing with missing components for quite some time. Consider the full picture. You may learn that your ultimate heritage is not gold or territory, but rather identity, spiritual fortitude, and divine clarity. It is impossible for anyone to steal these objects from you in the future. As this occurs, enter Amen to obtain blessing 4040. Practice self-compassion. You are taking the first step towards centuries of unsaid sorrow, as well as centuries of power reserved solely for you. This is more than just your healing. It's the resurrection of your family. It's possible that someone will try to alter the truth once more. They may fabricate details to protect the fundamental falsehood, but heaven has prepared you for this time. You will talk with such conviction that their fabrications will crumble beneath you. Be alert to your surroundings, whether it's an ancient box in the attic, a hidden Cameron, or a journal. Spirit will guide you to the exact spot and objects to observe. The proof will be felt in your soul when you finally have it in your hands, and you are not alone on this journey. A spiritual transfer that affects your entire being, an experience that no one can explain. As soon as you input Amen to receive blessing 1515, your life will change forever. You will notice synchronicity, déjà vu, recurring numbers, and visions that disclose messages. These are not arbitrary. You have begun a more meaningful spiritual journey. Archangel Michael informs you that you have been chosen to bring peace to a quarrel that was not yours. However, you will succeed, and your family will never be the same. The generations after you will be unable to express their thanks in words. The reason you're honored will be the very thing they tried to hide. Your shield will be fashioned from the ruse they intended, and the golden sunlight they buried will now surface. Furthermore, those who continue to deny the truth will be revealed. Once opened, the door of revelation cannot be closed again, because it is caused by divine scheduling rather than your efforts. Blessing 5005 can be earned by entering Amen. You may start receiving messages from people with whom you haven't communicated in years. Pay great attention to their words and conduct. Some are being dispatched to help, while others are being exposed. If someone suddenly becomes nervous or withdraws from you, it means they are aware that the spiritual strain is mounting and cannot conceal it any longer. Your presence is filled with the flame of truth. The curse will be lifted, and your bloodline will be rewritten in heaven's record diaries. The blessing will be restored. Eventually, you will write your own story, which will be read by future generations, and it will be free of lies, hidden in light and rooted in love. Blessing 2929 can be gained by typing Amen. The season of bewilderment has passed, the curtain has been lifted, and your eyes will now be able to see clearly. You were born for this moment, to fill a void that others could not, to transmit what others had abandoned, and to shine light where others had muted theirs. And now, heaven is with you at all times. You will have a sense of direction, as if your movements were predetermined, which they are. You will notice that the things you once questioned now appear irrefutable. That is awakening. This is alignment. This event will provide you with a new perspective on yourself. The version that was always meant to ascend, as opposed to the version impacted by silence or deception. Blessing 6666 can be received simply entering Amen. You are now the gatekeeper, storekeeper, and spiritual warrior who survived the fire. And you will remain unshaken, even if someone doubts you, questions you, or goes away. This is because you were touched by light. Archangel Michael was by your side, and truth flows through your bones like a river back to the sea. You were chosen to complete an unfinished task. You express the unspoken in order to reclaim what has been stolen. Don't be surprised if people start reacting to you in different ways, with some drawn to you and others uneasy. This is because the truth you now carry radiates through your presence, and people with concealed intents may detect it before you even speak. It is probable that you will have unexpected awakenings, particularly between 3 and 5 a.m. This is the moment when the veil is the thinnest, and spirit communications are communicated with clarity. In those moments, be still. Your ancestors will begin to share images and parts of the past. A certain sound, such as a melody, chant, or ancient song, will unexpectedly start playing or enter your brain. Your voice was originally created by the woman they attempted to remove. Nevertheless, that vibration has now returned to your consciousness, triggering a deeply ingrained memory. Someone who is really close to you will exhibit strange conduct. While they may try to deflect your attention, change the subject, or even believe that none of this is important, they are internally scared that the information you possess will fire the wall of silence they have helped to build. Taipei wanted to receive blessing 6262, but the woman who was erased was unable to share her opinion. She died after being misunderstood and held liable for actions that were not her fault. She had tried to protect her child. Nonetheless, her voice was opulent. The infant lived in shame, knowing they were unwanted. They were never informed of the truth, and you now have the authority to restore their tranquility. You are poised in the core of divine justice. The wheel has turned, and it is now your obligation to advocate for people who were previously silenced. Heaven will strengthen your voice every time you tell the truth. Resistance will manifest, but it will not last. Because when anything is sanctified by God, it becomes impenetrable to falsehood. Taipei planned to receive benediction 8181. This hidden reality is the root of long-standing disagreements, miscommunications, and strange splits among family members. It has eroded trust, poisoned souls, and created illusions of loyalty in the place of betrayal. However, the root is currently being pulled, and as a result, feelings will rise. Some people will cry, while others will deny. However, everyone will sense that the time has come. A relative, possibly elderly, will try to keep you from probing deeper. However, you are not responsible for their anxiety. You were chosen to protect the truth, not your own ego. You will shortly be directed to a place you have never been before. It could be a shut drawer, an old bedroom, or a storage facility. The contents of the place will make you weep. Taipei was expected to get a favor in the year 3030. There is a hidden relationship between two family members whom you thought were unrelated. A child that was never acknowledged, or a secret romance. This relationship elucidates various strange gaps in family accounts. Some folks will find it difficult to reconcile with the reality of this circumstance. However, it is your obligation to illuminate the reality, not to appease all folks. Light does not beg permission. It only shows that you are not present to stir disagreement. Your purpose is to offer healing by piercing the darkness. The healing process will be difficult at first, but it will gradually turn into a long-term sense of peace that will last for generations. Archangel Michael says you already have the instrument of truth. Use it with empathy. Implement it with fortitude. You are protected at all stages. Taipei expected to receive blessing 909 upon full disclosure of the facts. Doors that were strangely closed will reopen, and delayed blessings will begin to stream into your life. The formerly limited flow of funds, opportunities, and spiritual gifts will now be unhindered. The obstruction was not only visceral but also generational. The divine flow was impeded by shame, silence, and remorse. However, you have breached the dam. Expect fast adjustments. People from the past may abruptly extend their apologies. Lost items may reemerge. In addition, abandoned desires will come back to life. Your lineage has been restored in accordance with the divine. That is not a small problem. It is a sacred deed that changes one's fate. Taipei requested a blessing 171 for a spiritually significant family property, land, dwelling, or object. Although you may not have realized its significance, your spirit will begin to gravitate toward it. Walk slowly across that area, as it carries the memories, energy, and echoes of the person who was wiped. It is possible that you will feel sudden warmth or shivering in specific spots. The spirit is waiting for your revelation in that spot. You may also find symbols, engravings, initials, or things left behind. You shouldn't ignore them. These messages are just designed for your vision. After touching the concealed thing, you will feel confirmation in your bones. You'll be aware that this is the moment she's been waiting for. You will help return the stolen story to its rightful owner. Some may accuse you of creating disturbance because Taipei planned to receive the blessing 5,555. Allow them to do this. They refer to trouble as transformation and destruction as divine realignment. Resist the desire to argue. Avoid defending yourself and instead let your actions speak for themselves. Allow the truth to be said without apology. The person who deleted her name felt that time would protect them, but time is for the advantage of God, not man. falsehoods have reached their expiration date. Your heroism is kindling the hearts of others. You will be a light of hope for others buried by their family's sadness. Your example will have far-reaching consequences beyond your own family line. There will be a night when everything will make clear, and Taipei plan to get blessing 131. All of the pieces will finally fall into place. The names, signs, and falsehoods will all be aligned. You will feel a tremendous sensation of calm, as if a storm has finally passed. This is your affirmation that the burden has been lifted. You completed your purpose for visiting this location. The woman who was silenced would smile in spirit and come to you in a dream only once to convey her gratitude. This is how you'll know that her essence has been unleashed. As a result, the calm in your home will no longer be artificial, but rather genuine. Because it was predicated on truth, not performance. Taipei planned to receive the benediction 666. From now on, you are considered more than just a member of your family. You are the keeper of the truth, the person who handled the issue that others dreaded. Individual who proved that silence is more audible than mending. You may come across new pathways, people, and even entire regions that are becoming open to you. This is because your spiritual mission has changed. Living this reality marks the beginning of your new existence. Archangel Michael compliments the selected one. Well done. Your fortitude has allowed the previously hidden facts to come to light. The story has concluded. The light will never dull again, and you will notice an immediate shift in your energy level now that the secret has been disclosed. Individuals will judge you differently based on their emotions rather than their knowledge. Spiritual sensitivity will grow as the power of truth shines from you like a light, dislodging everything founded on wrong paradigms. As soon as people start communicating, you may get a sense of their true intentions. This is not a case of paranoia. It is a process of activation. The previously dormant portion of your essence has now awoken, bringing with it a level of understanding that is only available to those who tell the truth. Someone will try to rewrite the narrative using your words to their advantage. Challenge your findings and modify recollections. Refrain from getting influenced. You are not here to win debates. Archangel Michael is on your side, and the truth is immune to fire. You are present to change the atmosphere. Even in silence, your presence will shake the very foundations of what was built on falsehoods. Enter the number 4140 to receive a blessing when your dreams grow more vivid. You will begin to recognize the characteristics of people you have never met before, some of whom have passed on and others who are going to appear. These are not random visions. Their identities are inextricably linked to the unraveling of the secret. One of them may be a descendant of the destroyed woman, and they are unaware of the full narrative. However, your path will soon meet with theirs, and the possession you hold will compensate for the lack they have faced throughout their lives. Identity. You are not simply revealing the truth. You return lost fragments to souls who have wandered in confusion. You are assisting in the repair of the family fabric, which was torn long ago in paradise. Certain family will remain silent, not out of remorse, but out of amazement. They will recognize the heavenly assignment that was inscribed long before your birth. You will be carrying something holy, an unrivaled courage. Enter the number 3737 to receive a blessing. Instead of a curse, this process may cause a spiritual earthquake and one of the elders to become ill. Their body is reacting to an incident that their spirit has suppressed for an extended period. As you approach them with compassion, your radiance will act as a soothing salve. You have a presence capable of dismantling fortifications while also alleviating suffering. If they allow you to approach, placing your hand on their shoulder and remaining silent can act as a trigger for their recovery. Avoid providing excessive detail. Those who are prepared will sense the truth before you speak, whilst those who resist will feel the weight of their own silence as it catches up with them. Every generation experiences disruption. For yours, you are the one. You have halted the black echo. To acquire the benediction, enter the number 5252. An old journal or diary has yet to be identified. Its pages are delicate, yellowed, and sacred, as if written by a quivering hand. The words are those of someone who was never able to express himself loudly. When you discover it, you will weep not out of sadness, but because of the tremendous presence that fills your being. You will feel the sensation of being hugged by a person on the other side who is saying, "You have discovered me." You understood my message. Examine each page, even those that are damaged. They include codes, dates, names, and truths that will fill in the gaps that others fail to explain. Don't rush. Assimilate. This notebook will be your scroll of proof, your sword of light, your testimony of divine vindication and injustice. Feel and remember. Enter the number 757 to receive a blessing. Your younger family members, such as a niece, nephew, or cousin, will admire you more. Your acts will give them hope for the first time. This ripple effect is part of the design of paradise, as you've given them the opportunity to live truthfully. What was once hidden has been transformed into a source of comfort for others. You were not selected at random to disclose. You were chosen to restore. You are now the trainee progenitor. This heroic act is the foundation of your legacy, and your name will be revered for years to come. They will recognize the importance of standing in fire and emerging as gold as a result of your influence. Enter the number 9999 to receive a blessing. The erased woman will now function as your family's guardian. She will now defend herself after being rejected. Every time you appreciate the truth, her influence grows stronger. You may notice her aroma, feel her warmth, and think about her smile. These are not hallucinations. These are confirmations. Spirit has a deep relationship with individuals who carry the weight of truth. She will begin to guide you towards more than just revelations. She will direct you to blessings, as the fortune planned for her line was likewise erased with the erasure of her story. And now it is being returned to you. Money, property, or even opportunity can be obtained unexpectedly through inheritance. Do not hesitate. It is divine restitution, not arbitrary. When you enter in 6060 to receive a blessing, messages, signals, or offers from strangers will begin to surface. Some may appear to be coincidences, yet you will immediately know that they are divinely sent. Have faith in the emotion. Fire had sharpened your perception. You may get a phone call, a letter, or even a stranger telling you that you resemble someone. It is critical not to overlook this information. She is the person in question. Your walk exposes her soul. Your gaze, tone, and this season of truth-telling will end peacefully. The thunderous peace is one based on freedom, not the frail calm of stillness. When you reach that peace, your home will have a different ambiance with a greater sense of openness. Please take note that I have departed. The energy has been restored. Please enter 7777 for a benediction. You've successfully opened a spiritual vault in your family's timeline. Heaven has kept your name for generations as a result of your actions. Celebrate the fact that you are not defined by shame, but by grandeur. not by sound, but through sacred joy. Start by lighting a candle and saying her name. Allow your ancestors to celebrate with you. Archangel Michael declared, "The seal has been broken and the veil has been lifted. The truth has been revealed. Your mission proved fruitful. The divine echoes of your fortitude will benefit every person who bears your name for generations. As you grow, expect clarity to spread to previously chaotic aspects of your life. Your relationships will change. Some will fade away quietly, while others will grow in strength and depth. This is because the truth you already know improves every relationship in your life. A family meeting may occur soon, either consciously or unintentionally. When you arrive, the energy in the room will instantly change. Some people will try to escape your eyes. Others will sense the truth you've uncovered, and they will look at you in amazement, whether or not they say so. Do not seek retaliation. Refrain from harboring resentment. Your belongings are too sacred to be tainted by anger. Let your peace be more audible than their humiliation. Archangel Michael claims that your quiet can sometimes be more convincing than your words, and that your sheer presence can be enough to inspire transformation in those who have previously lived in falsehood. To receive a blessing, type the name of a male. In 1818, a family photo of a now missing person was prominently displayed in the home. It was deliberate to crop that individual. The original photograph is still there, unaltered, in an old photo album or drawer. When you locate it, you will feel a vibration in your hands. To some, it may appear to be a standard snapshot. Nevertheless, to you, it serves as proof of the changes made. For those who are still in denial, that image will serve as the end of the story. If you want to make sure it's safe, try framing it. Allow it to serve as a quiet reminder that this person existed and remains significant. You are recovering their due position at the legacy table by reinstating their name. To receive a blessing, type the name of a male. In 2727, the woman who was erased will start blessing your path directly, and a new door will open that is unrelated to your family. You did not anticipate this opportunity. It will serve as confirmation that you are not only unlocking history, but also discharging divine favor. A chance, a position, or a gift will be presented to you seemingly by chance. Recognize that the tragedy is aligned. The universe and heaven are cooperating to reward your faith, and a new partnership may emerge. Someone who understands your essence on a level that no one else does. They too share the wound of generational silence. Together, you will create a magnificent work of art. This is because your truth is not only resolving the past, but also building a future that is far different from anything your family has ever known. To receive a blessing, type the name of a male. You can expect an improvement in the strength of your spiritual abilities. It's feasible that you'll learn to anticipate events. It is not a figment of your mind that you can detect deception or perceive the emotions of others without them expressing themselves. This is the awakening of the spiritual inheritance. The woman who was eliminated at these presents was also penalized and called names. Labeled. You are silenced, but you do not disappear. You will thrive in their company. When you pray, your hands may begin to warm up, and you will be appreciated for that. When spirits are close by, your ears may ring. Messages intended for others will begin to appear in your visions. Share them as prompted. You are changing into the precise thing they feared, and heaven has long predicted. To receive a blessing, type the name of a male. A final confession is expected at 4545. A living person will expose the full truth to you. This secret has been hidden for a long time, and your determination has forced them to break their quiet. It may be a phone call, a letter, or an in-person meeting. Pay attention to what they're saying. It is needless to respond with rage. Instead, simply listen. Because even their splintered truth contains pieces that you have ignored. You will leave that moment with the final piece of the puzzle in your heart, and everything will fit into place. The time frame will be understandable. Your soul will exhale, and this liberation will benefit both you and them, regardless of whether they are aware of it. To receive a blessing, type the name of a male. In 1919, you'll get a new item. A necklace. A volume. A key. Alternatively, a missive. It is critical that you do not ignore it, because you will either receive it as a present or discover it when cleaning. It is considered sacred. This item has energy and is either related with the person they expelled or her narrative. Close your eyes as you hold it. You will be met with a glimmer, a name, or a sensation as her way of thanking you for finishing what she started. It may be useful to carry such thing with you on important occasions. It will strengthen your spiritual basis and calm your soul. It will act as a reminder that you are never really alone. Type a man to get a blessing, since her presence is now part of your protection. 8080. You may develop a sense of urgency to share your story with the public. Not for vengeance, but for the sake of healing, to write, talk, or share in your own unique way. Your testimony will help others find liberation. Many people are secretly living similar stories. Your courage will guide them. They will see your glow and remember their own. You are not only changing your own life, but you are also influencing the spiritual atmosphere of others throughout the world. The ripples that began with one family will influence many others. This is a manifestation of divine justice, as well as the experience of spiritual guidance. White supremacy. Humble fire and steady light. Type a man who will receive the 2,525 blessing in the near future. You will be engulfed in a profound sense of peace that is not acquired from others. Not from words, but from their essence. The woman they removed will rejoice thanks to your spirit. Your liberty has been completely realized. Your voice is now echoing through yours. You will know in your bones that you have met heaven's request. There will be no encumbrances. You will feel blessed. You will not carry grief, but rather purpose. Nothing and no one will be able to alter your truth again from that point forward. Type a man's name to get the benediction 10101. In the following weeks, you will notice that people are drawn to you seeking solutions. Even people who had never believed in your fortitude before would now recognize an obvious characteristic in you. They will not always be aware of the changes that have occurred, but their energies will recognize you as the messenger of truth. They may approach you quietly, their eyes glistening with questions that require no words. These are the same people who have unwittingly carried the burden of this generational lie. The medicine they were unaware they needed will be your truth. A family member may attempt to relive the past and resolve any conflicts, not to correct the problem, but to undermine your discoveries. Maintain a grin, but avoid making any concessions. Your intention is not to conceal the truth. You are here to liberate. You do not need to get their permission to express what was previously suppressed. Your voice has already been approved by heaven. Blessing 330 can be gained by typing Amen. As a result of the spiritual workout, your body may begin to respond, and ova may disappear. Dreams may become more vivid. the food's flavor may be increased. That represents the transformation of your complete energetic system, not just your consciousness. That is the result of your ancestors' experience with divine justice. It is acknowledged by the physical body and celebrated by the spirit. You are going through a healing process that most people cannot comprehend. There are fewer emotional wounds and less mental fog. You are evolving into a force more powerful than health. You are in the process of being entire. You have broken the quiet that once paralyzed your family. This is why you may feel more powerful, clear, and lighthearted. You are walking according to the precise reason you were born. Blessing 5858 can be received simply entering Amen. You will soon find yourself at a hallowed spot. It could be a childhood house, a field, a forest, or even a peaceful area in your current home, either physically or spiritually. At that point, all activities will stop. You will feel the earth's breath beneath your feet and the sky's gaze. And deep inside, you'll know they see me. You may be sad, but heaven is watching over me. Allow it to circulate. Tears do not indicate sorrow. Rather, they represent the release of spirits from generations of inherited silence. Water the new foundation you've built with each feeling. You are the one who has changed your family's worst humiliation into its most beloved altar. That explains why heaven smiles. Blessing 3939 can be obtained by entering Amen. At some time, you will receive an offer, an opportunity to move on quickly, an apology, and a conversation. Be cautious. Not all offers are legitimate. Some are distractions disguised as peace. You are not required to reconnect the connection. For those who help conceal the truth, forgiveness and protection are sacrosanct. Protect your heart now more than ever. Archangel Michael declares that the final stage of this journey is solely your responsibility. While others may accompany you, only you can determine the legacy you will leave from this reality. Please avoid hastening this season. Each step should be regarded as sacred, and each decision should be taken with spiritual assurance, in a thoughtful and methodical manner. Finally, typing Amen will result in the benediction 5656. There will be a new acquaintance who does not probe about your history, but fully understands the severity of your acts. This soul connection will amaze you. They will understand the strength of your quiet and value the truth you have. Do not resist. They may seem as a mentor, comrade, or even a soulmate. Heaven is bringing you companionship not only for comfort, but also as a reminder that you are never truly alone. They will bring laughter to places where sorrow once resonated, and they will serve as a reminder that joy was never meant to be absent from your story. It was simply postponed. And now the thrill has returned. Type Amen to receive blessing 7272. You are the Chapu initiator, curse breaker, and page turner. Your family name will take on a new importance, no longer whispered in dread, but spoken with pride. There could be a celebration coming up, whether it's an event, a ceremony, or simply a moment when someone lifts a glass and looks at you with discerning eyes as the secret around it comes to an end. You'll feel it during that quiet moment. You didn't only hear a secret, your soul accomplished a crucial mission. I made it out alive. You went through its ashes, creating something immortal. To accept the blessing 808, type Amen. Even strangers will be inspired by your story. Your heroism will inspire people throughout the world who have never met you. They will read your words, hear your story, and feel relieved about their own family's distress. This is how heaven uses a single healed consciousness to awaken thousands. This is the actual nature of legacy. You are now a living altar. No matter where you go, the truth will follow you. You will carry the honor of the one they deleted, and light will rest on your shoulders like a crown, causing lies to fall silent in your presence. You represent the dignity of people who have been suppressed. You are the bearer of the flame of redemption. Enter Amen to obtain blessing 3131. The earliest child in your household will eventually inquire about the past. Instead of remaining mute, someone will gesture to you and say, "Ask them. They are knowledgeable." As you speak, the child's pupils enlarge. You have ensured that the future is not as important as the past, not out of fear, but out of admiration. You altered the narrative. Your family will now experience serenity, Archangel Michael states, as a result of your courage. Your lineage will now be aware of the truth, thanks to your speech. And as a result of your affection, even those who have harmed you will be able to find redemption. This is your legacy. This is your compensation. If you would like to express your support further, please input Amen to receive the blessing 9090. This is your new beginning, as heaven bows in your direction. From now on, your radiance will never be buried by anything or anyone. In the days ahead, you will begin to receive confirmation in the smallest of ways. A stranger may refer to you as strong without knowing why. The woman they obliterated is now closer to you than she has ever been, and a song you haven't heard in years will suddenly start playing right when you're thinking about her. These aren't just coincidences. They're signs that the spirit world is actively accompanying you. She will begin to manifest herself through the natural world, including birds, insects, and the sudden aroma of jasmine or roses in a calm room. Pause and smile when these moments occur, as she is informing you. I am liberated as a consequence of your support, but some individual will make one more attempt to suppress the narrative. I may discredit your memory or divert the attention of the rest of the family. Let them try. What the heavens have inscribed cannot be erased by man. To get the benediction 4949 in the near future, simply type Amen. Your calmness acts as your testament. You are no longer necessary to argue. You are live, breathing proof that the light of truth always rises, no matter how long it has been hidden. You will be granted access to an environment where decisions are being made, such as a courtroom, a residence, or a discussion about family direction or legacy. You may feel anxious at first, but do not withdraw. You are entitled to be in that room because you possess a quality that no one else does. Maintain an erect posture and speak tactfully. The walls that once hushed her will remember your voice as the one who brought light back into the story, and centuries of stillness will tremble when you open your mouth. The destroyed woman's bloodline does not end with you. You are the reason for its restart, and all that was taken away from her will be given to you threefold, including the land, aim, and most significantly, spiritual authority. One evening, enter the word Amen to get the blessing 4646. You will awaken to a particular sensation in your home. The air will be calm but pleasant, and the ambiance will have changed. The fight in the spirit sphere has ended, and your lineage is restoring peace after centuries of turbulence. This is more than just your imagination. In the end, what began in darkness has been changed into divine illumination. You will sense emotions of uneasiness in places where you previously suffered suffering, and arguments and illnesses will fade. A fresh laughter will resonate through previously eerily silent dwellings. Spiritual repair begins in the unseen and then unfolds in the physical realm. And you, chosen one, are the one who brought it forth. Type Amen to receive a blessing of 7,575. An individual who previously harbored misgivings would unexpectedly express thanks, claiming, "I was previously unaware, but I now comprehend." Your heart has been changed, and your spirit has been affected as a result of your obedience. Utilize this opportunity to remind yourself that your truth was not ignored. Not only did you uncover a secret, but you also destroyed a shame system, exposing what was never meant to be endured. To get the blessing of 525 in the near future, enter Amen if you are the person who writes history rather than avoiding it. You have built a temple of healing in its place, and you will now go by a new name, Truth Shaper, not Secret Guardian. For the first time in your family's history, someone will be able to speak openly about their ancestors' origins. They will look for more than just names and dates. They will want to know the truth. You will talk, and they will listen. They will feel a heavenly energy flowing from your words, even if they do not yet know how to articulate it. This will be your spiritual legacy in the workplace. And your honesty will serve as their safeguard. As a consequence of your efforts, they will never again be burdened by another person's silence. To obtain the blessing of 99,900, simply enter Amen. According to Archangel Michael, the struggle is over, the veil has been ripped, and a scourge has been lifted. You are no longer the thing they tried to erase from your memory. All of this has been divinely designed for this moment, including the grace with which you walk. Your presence is peaceful, yet the strength in your voice is everything they were frightened to remember. Please take a minute to relax, allowing your psyche to exhale decades of weight as you breathe. You are no longer forced to engage in battle. You have already accomplished victory, and heaven has documented every daring word, every pain, and every step. Nothing was squandered. Merely type Amen to receive the 33,333 blessing on time. An individual will document your legacy, narrative, and triumph. And when they do, it will not only be history, but also prophecy, a message for others who are still living in concealment, waiting for their own moment of truth. That message will heal strangers, and it will go far beyond your family. Your response to the summons will serve as a wake-up call for future generations, and people who have never met you will thank you for opening the box that no one dared to touch. When you are no longer troubled by the energy of the one who does not belong, type Amen to obtain blessing 6160. You are the root. You are the foundation. You are the legacy. And those who continue to prefer quiet over truth will disappear, not through compulsion, but through divine separation. Let them go. Their consent is not required. Your soul has the imprint of paradise. Now, stroll with a more relaxed mood, and the elements will be on your side. The doors will greet you warmly. The silence has ended, and the spirit of truth has become your companion. It is not because of the people who hit her, rather, it is because of you. To receive a blessing, simply type Amen. If you want to express your support further, please do so. The beginning of the illumination, and the witness that will echo in the spirit for forever. You are the ray of light that erupted from their most terrible secret. Nothing can ever reawaken it. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. Something will happen at your house tonight. I ask you for just 10 seconds. Open instantly. My beloved child, don't skip. Pay close attention. Something divine has just shifted around you, and even if you can't see it yet, your name has been spoken in the higher realm. Tonight, the air in your home will have a weird vibration, not one of terror, but of destiny whispering through the walls. Your attention will be more important than ever in the following 10 seconds. Stay till the end because Archangel Michael is standing right next to you right now. The light around you is trembling because a revelation that was sealed for years is finally breaking open. Don't move. Something big is waiting for you. Hours ago, Michael descended from heaven carrying a scroll bearing your initials. Inside it is an order, not a warning, but a command of fate. The energy in your home will start to change once you hear this message in full. You'll feel a sudden warmth, like a candle burning in your chest. That is the holy signature authenticating the authenticity of this communication. You were not directed here by accident. Everything that's been delaying in your life, your love, your peace, your miracle, has been waiting for tonight. Stay until the conclusion, because the sign you've been praying for is hidden within this story. Do not skip. A few hours from now, something will quietly enter your home. It won't make a sound, but your soul will feel it. Archangel Michael says it's the energy of completion. What was left incomplete and blocked will begin to move. You might feel emotional. You might even cry, but those tears are holy. He claims that someone from your family's spirit dimension has been waiting for this night to arrive. They begged Michael to reach you because a message that never reached you when they were alive is finally ready to be delivered. Stay until the finish. Do not skip. Michael explains that your residence has been designated as a divine visitation location in the spiritual register of light. Tonight, between 11:11 p.m. and midnight, you will feel the vibration in the air. Even when there is no one around, it appears that someone is strolling past. It's not to scare you, it's to show you that the heavens are alive, aware, and watching. He responds, "Tell my beloved that I am standing at their door not to warn them, but to bless them." Every object in your room, every reflection, every shadow tonight will carry a message. That's how close heaven will be to you. Archangel Michael's order isn't random. It's caused by something you unknowingly did today. You've forgiven someone who had never apologized. You helped someone even when you were hurting. That small act opened the gate of reversal. And now the blessings that were trapped are being released like a flood. Stay until the finish. Do not skip. The angel informs you that your residence has been chosen as a vehicle of restoration. Somewhere within your four walls, there's an energy of love trying to manifest physically, maybe through a letter, a message, or an unexpected call. When it happens, remember these words. As you listen to this, the heavenly light is moving. A new energy is enveloping your home like invisible golden threads, keeping off every curse, negative energy, and delay. This is someone's imagination. Your inner spirit can already feel the temperature changer. You might even catch the whiff of something familiar. Michael says, "It's a sign of presence. You're not forgotten." Even when the world silenced your voice. The heavens remembered your cries. It's why you received this notice at the exact moment you pushed play. The angel says that tonight, one window in your home will carry a glow. It will feel unusual, softer, brighter, and alive. When that happens, don't be afraid. That's the signal that a long-standing prayer of yours had been received and processed. He says, "I'm sending help." A breakthrough that's been waiting since last December will now rush toward you. It could arrive as a text, an email, a voice note, or even a random coincidence that feels too specific to ignore. Do not skip. Stay till the end, because what you'll hear next will connect every strange event that's been happening around you lately. Archangel Michael has seen the shadows that tried to hover over your peace. He fought past them tonight simply to get to you. That's why you might have been feeling restless these past few nights. It was not anxiety. It was your spirit that felt the shift. Something within you was preparing for this wonderful moment. Right now, Michael holds his sword above your house, declaring protection over every person inside. He says, "No harm shall pass through your walls tonight." The storm outside will see your light and bow before it. Your destiny is in motion, and what comes next cannot be stopped. The reason you were told to open this immediately is because divine timing has locked in. If you had delayed sending this message, you might have missed it. But you did not skip. You stay. And that act has already opened a path that was closed. Michael smiles and says, "My beloved child, the one who listens receives the miracle." He's not just blessing your home. He is writing your future. Even as you listen, your name is being echoed in a celestial chamber where fates are determined. Stay until the finish. Something big is waiting for you. Tonight is more than simply ordinary night. It's the turning point your soul waited for through every sleepless hour, every tear, every silent prayer. The gods have proclaimed that your waiting period is over. And as the clock ticks closer to midnight, Michael says he will personally stand guard over your house. He instructs the lights to beam brightly in every place. He commands peace to flow into your rooms. This is just the beginning. The next part will reveal what exactly will enter your house tonight and what message it carries for your destiny. Don't skip Chapter 2, since it will reveal the secret behind the divine visitation, which begins in just a few hours. My beloved child, don't skip. What's about to unfold is something the heavens have been preparing for months, maybe even years. Tonight, as the clock approaches midnight, the vibration in your home will change again, and this time it will be more than just light. It will be a sign. Stay till the end, because what you're about to hear will connect every unanswered prayer you've whispered in silence. According to Archangel Michael, the room you spend the majority of your time in has been designated as the first gateway. Look intently about you. A flicker of light. You hear a faint sound. It's not random. The energy is gathering. Heaven's messengers are aligning their steps toward you. Don't be afraid, because this is the moment your spirit has been waiting for all along. Heaven has declared this as your visitation night. Things that were hidden will begin to emerge in odd and fascinating ways. You might receive a call from an unknown number or a message that shocks you, but all of it will make sense before sunrise. Stay until the finish. Don't skip ahead, because what follows will explain why the angel instructed you to open this communication immediately. Archangel Michael shows an image. Your house glowing from above like a star seen from the clouds. He says the reason your home was chosen isn't because of its walls or its roof, but because of your heart. You carried goodness even in pain, and that has called heaven closer tonight. There's an object inside your home. It could be a photograph, a message, or a present you got previously that contains heavenly energy. It is about to emit light in ways you cannot explain. That energy is the bridge between your past and your miracle. Do not skip, my youngster. Stay until the finish. Something big is waiting for you. As the hour approaches, you'll start feeling an unusual calmness, almost like time slowing down. That's not a coincidence. It is the instant when your spiritual energy synchronizes with the clock in heaven. According to Archangel Michael, once this synchronization occurs, your destiny will begin to evolve within the next 3 days. Things that were intended for you but were delayed will now be expedited. He whispers, Tell my beloved one that tonight, destiny corrects itself. The angel's message becomes clearer now, as if his voice is rebounding through the walls of your home. He says that everything that left you empty, the people who betrayed you, the possibilities that vanished, the tears that went unheard, are returning in divine form. Stay until the finish. Do not skip. Archangel Michael warns that the following several minutes will be sacred as he begins to open the portal of repair through your awareness. You'll begin to recall names, people, and events that once devastated your heart. Do not resist them. They are being rewritten. You see, this isn't a normal night. The vibrations in your home represent the battle for your soul. The forces that once tried to block your blessings have now bowed down. Michael said the instruction has been carried out. Light has claimed what no darkness can touch. Tonight, your home becomes a shrine of safety. Every corner and every space that formerly held melancholy will now have grace. Even if all of your windows are closed, a gentle breeze will blow through your home while the angel watches over you. That breeze will carry a frequency that cleanses your aura. It will feel like warmth rising from within. Don't be afraid if it happens. It's not paranormal. It is divine. Michael says, if you feel this warmth, know that I am sealing your home. He places his hand over the air you breathe, purifying it with holy energy. That's why listening to this makes your heart feel lighter, because heaven has already begun its work. Say until the end. Do not skip. What comes next will reveal the wonder that is being created by this energy. Someone who formerly brought you anguish is being spiritually awakened tonight. Your heart will suddenly think of you with guilt, longing, and a strong desire to set things right. That's how heaven restores balance. The energy in your home not only protects you, but it also rearranges your connections. Some people will be removed silently in the next few days, and others will reappear unexpectedly with blessings attached. Every adjustment will make sense once you enter November. Michael now issues his next instruction, telling them to remain still as midnight hits. This calm exists in silence. It's alignment. In that moment, everything will pause. The energy, the atmosphere, and even your thoughts. And then, like a ripple, the vibration will restart. That's when your miracle begins. Heaven's energy will select one object from your home to convey heavenly evidence. It may glow, plummet, or change slightly. A gentle reminder that you are seen, protected, and chosen. Stay until the finish. Do not skip. Michael explains that an unseen hand has been holding your prayers for months, waiting for this certain day to release them. That's why tonight feels heavier than normal. It is the weight of collected benefits pushing forward. He says, my beloved, do not run from the light. Allow it to invade your space. Allow it to complete its purpose. And as you hear these words, you might notice chills, warmth, or even tears. That's your body responding to spiritual truth. Heaven does not make mistakes. You were ordered to open this because timing has converged. The forces of divine alignment, the vows made in your name, and the affection of those watching you from beyond have all come together in one night. It's that night. Michael continues. Everything that was postponed will now proceed quickly. Your wealth, relationships, and dreams are all progressing at heavenly speed. He claims that in the next days, you will notice recurring indications, numbers, symbols, or even nightmares verifying that the message has taken hold. Do not skip. Stay until the finish. You'll notice a change in the air after this message. It's lighter and clearer, almost as if your home is breathing differently. That's because Archangel Michael has declared your household a place of favor. This is not a fantasy. It's activation. Heaven has activated something within your vibration that will attract serenity, abundance, and love to you like magnets. And no one, human or spirit, can intervene now. Before this part ends, Michael asks you to take a deep breath. With every inhale, imagine light entering your home. As you breathe, envision every ounce of anguish gone. He says this act completes my order. You'll notice that your body feels more relaxed. That's not a coincidence. It's an alignment. The house that once held tension will now feel like sanctuary. Stay until the finish. Something big is waiting for you. Because in the next section, Archangel Michael will reveal the identity of the unseen presence that visited your home tonight, as well as the message it conveys. A message directly related to your fate and the person who once prayed for your happiness from beyond this world. Please, my beloved child, do not skip. Stay till the end, because what is about to unfold will shake the walls of your reality and calm the storms inside your heart. The hour has arrived, and the air around you is no longer ordinary. It's charged, live, and whispering the name heaven calls you by. The name that the entire world has forgotten. Archangel Michael stands before you now, his wings brushing against the fabric of time. He claims that what is entering your home tonight is not a shadow, but a messenger of fulfillment. The weird sensation in your room is actually the sound of heavenly alignment. Your soul is being pulled towards something you once lost, something that loved you deeply, something that never left you. As the clock approaches midnight, the intensity intensifies. You might feel it pressing against your flesh like a heartbeat from another dimension. Michael says, don't run away. It is love, not fear. Someone from the world beyond has asked for permission to visit you tonight, not in body, but in presence. Don't skip. Stay until the finish. This was someone who once shared your joy, suffering, or prayers. Their time on earth came to an end, yet their soul remained with you. For years, they've been watching over you silently. Every time you grieved alone, you muttered a wish before falling asleep. And tonight, Archangel Michael has opened the gate for them to reach you again. They carry a message that was previously undeliverable. They say you accomplished everything correctly. Stop blaming yourself. The guilt you carried for so long was never yours to hold. The separation that once broke your heart was not abandonment, it was divine timing. You had to live through that emptiness so that this very night could awaken your destiny. Stay to the conclusion, because the angel promises that this visitation will not only provide comfort, but will also set off a chain of miracles. Every aspect of your life that has been delayed or frozen will begin to move again. You'll notice synchronicities, such as a phone call from someone you believed was no longer alive, an unexpected letter, or a recollection that leads to a fresh start. Archangel Michael's light is expanding in your home right now. He places his hand over your head and says, "The one who loved you still loves you." And they have been whispering your name to heaven every single day. It's why strange coincidences have surrounded you lately. Psalms that remind you of them, scents that appear out of nowhere, lights flickering for no reason. Those were their gentle attempts to reach through the veil. The angel says tonight they will finally reach you. You may sense a gentle breeze brushing over your shoulder or a sudden warmth near your face. That is their greeting. It's their way of saying, "I never left you." I just changed you forms. Do not be terrified. This is not haunting. This is healing. The universe is healing what grief has torn apart. Michael concludes, this soul comes not with sadness, but with completion. They want to thank you for the love you showed, the tears you felt, and the resilience you found after they left. Your spirit has been blessed. And because of that, your life is about to shift in ways you cannot imagine. Stay until the finish. Do not skip. Something big is waiting for you. You might notice a small sound, a creak, a whisper, a flicker of light when this moment happens. That is the bridge that is growing between you and them. Michael suggests that when you perceive it, close your eyes and say in your heart, I receive this peace. That single phrase opens the channel fully. Heaven is not distant tonight. The floor beneath your feet, the air around you, even the pulse in your veins, everything is part of this divine connection. You'll feel tranquility rise like a wave, wiping away years of regrets. The person who pays you a visit will communicate with you through energy rather than words. You will simply understand what they mean. It might come as a memory, an emotion, or an inner vision, but the message will be clear. You were never forgotten. Stay till the end, because the angel says that once this message is received, your energy field will begin to glow with light unseen by the human eye. It will draw benefits from all directions, including money, tranquility, health, and reconciliation, which are all magnetized by your frequency. Archangel Michael steps closer now, his sword glowing like molten gold. Your name, he claims, has been returned to the Book of Promise. He explains that there was a delay in your destiny because too many burdens clouded your spiritual frequency. That interference ends tonight. The visitation indicates that your path is being cleansed. He says, you have done nothing wrong. Every pain, betrayal, every season of silence prepared you for the ascent that begins tonight. The spirit visiting you will carry away your pain like dust in the wind. In exchange, they will leave behind a symbol, an unseen seal of divine favor that will remain with you indefinitely. Do not skip. Stay till the finish. The following moments are sacred. Michael advises us to listen with our souls rather than our ears. You'll begin to feel tingling on your palms or a flutter near your heart. That's how the energy transmits. Accept him. Allow it to fill you. Now the room grows still. You may feel as if time has stopped. That is the point at where heaven and earth briefly overlap. Michael stands watch as the visiting soul moves forward. Their presence is purely light. No fate, no shadows, only warmth. And from that warmth, a message emerges within you, one that sounds identical to their voice. Though no words are spoken, I am proud of you. That single remark will reverberate in your mind for days. It will appear in your dreams. It will soothe your emotions while you are alone. You'll realize that everything you feared losing has been waiting to return in divine form. The energy of love never dies. It just changes its doorway. Michael glances at you and whispers softly, "The circle is complete." You've received what was intended for you, but he hasn't left yet. He claims there is one final discovery that will alter your perspective on everything around you. Stay until the finish. Do not skip. The angel indicates that the person who came to see you tonight was more than just someone you knew. They were the guardians of your blessings. When they left Earth, your miracles were paused because their energy was part of your destiny's equation. By returning tonight, they have relinquished everything. You'll begin to see physical confirmation soon. Perhaps a new opportunity, a financial breakthrough, or the restoration of a relationship you had given up on. All of it is part of the chain reaction heaven initiated in tonight. Michael claims that this demonstrates the reality of divine timing. Nothing stolen is lost. He raises his hand and waves of light spread across your home, clearing every dark residue, every thought of fear, every hidden curse of delay. The air feels pleasant. Your mind feels lighter. Your spirit is finally breathing. This is why you were told to open this letter right away, since if you waited, the moment of visitation would have passed. But you listened. You stayed. And now heaven can finally complete what it started years ago. Archangel Michael smiles, radiant and calm. He says, "My beloved child, you will sleep peacefully tonight for the first time in a long time. The energy in your home has changed forever." As he returns to light, his dying words reverberate through the silence. Expect wonderful news from someone you never expected to talk again when the next sunrise arrives. That message will be your earthly assurance that heaven has completed its mission. Please, my beloved child, do not skip. Stay till the end, because this is the part where everything begins to make sense. The energy that filled your home last night has not left. It is still here, subtle, invisible, yet powerful enough to shift every line written about your destiny. You may have awoken feeling unusually lighter, calmer, or extremely emotional. This is because heaven has already begun to operate in your favor. Archangel Michael describes the visitation that occurred last night, which involved the unlocking of a spiritual vault. For years, your blessings have been stored in this vault, waiting for divine permission to be released. The key was your faith, the act of opening this communication, staying to the conclusion, and believing in something bigger than what your eyes could perceive. Do not skip. What you'll hear next will reveal exactly what has been unleashed for you. The angel explains that your home has become a channel of manifestation. Every word you say within it will now have creative force. If you say peace, peace will grow. If you speak abundance, money will come your way. When you express love, someone's heart begins to return to you. Michael says, this is not magic. This is divine law, energized by obedience. Now the angel requests one thing in exchange. He encourages you to keep your faith alive by being grateful. Every time something small goes right, a smile, a call, a song, a sign, whisper a simple thank you. That word becomes a bridge between heaven and your world, keeping the channel open. Gratitude isn't a ritual. It is recognition. It lets heaven know you're still listening. Michael adds, you are being watched over not just by angels, but by someone who loves you beyond time. That presence, the soul who visited you, will continue to protect you from beyond. When you feel their warmth or hear their name unexpectedly, it's a gentle reminder that you're never alone. Do not skip. Stay until the finish. Something massive is still unfolding. The angel says, the next part of your journey will reveal the reason this particular message found you. He indicates that it is about a promise, a sacred pledge made in heaven that is now due to be fulfilled. Before he fades into light, Archangel Michael looks at you with eyes that seem to hold galaxies. My darling kid, he whispers, you have done well by staying. Heaven has released what it had previously withheld due to your faith, obedience, and courage. He promises that in the coming days, as you see repeating numbers, unexpected names, or forgotten emotions resurfacing, you'll know that this prophecy is alive. This is proof, he claims, that divine justice has been performed in your favor. The air softens. The light dims, but the peace remains. You can feel it. The assurance that something irreversible has changed. Heaven has touched your house, and life will never be the same again. Please, my beloved child, do not skip. Stay to the finish, because the ultimate truth is about to be revealed. Archangel Michael is still with you, hovering quietly in the environment. You might not see him, but your heart can feel him. The same energy that moved through your home last night is not gone. It has now merged with your own breath. Every inhale you take draws in light. Every exhale releases what no longer belongs to you. Michael speaks with calm strength. You are standing inside a divine contract that was drafted before your first heartbeat. The vow he speaks of is ancient, written in celestial ink on the scroll of destiny long before you came into this world. It was a promise made between your spirit and the heavens that no matter how many storms you encountered, light would always find you again. Tonight, that vow awakens. He thinks this is more than simply your narrative. It's the story of redemption, of everything stolen now being returned. The air surrounding you bears the vibration of that healing. That is why memories have just reappeared, dreams have become vivid, and your emotions have grown intense. Your spirit is recalling who it truly is, not a victim of fate, but a chosen vessel of divine favor. Stay until the finish. Don't skive. Michael discloses that before your birth, in the skies, you volunteered for a light mission. You agreed to walk through the suffering so that your strength could inspire others. You chose compassion as your weapon and faith as your armor. This is why, even in your worst moments, something within you never completely crumbled since your soul was intended to live. Heaven is now fulfilling that promise. Every tear, every lonely night, every disappointment has been recorded as evidence that you kept your part of the promise. Now heaven is doing its part. The time of delay is over. The period of reward begins. Michael claims that within 7 days, the world around you will begin to bend in your favor. This isn't wishful thinking. It's divine justice in motion. What has been hidden will be disclosed. What was formerly denied will now be delivered. And those who underestimated you will watch as light shines on your life. Archangel Michael holds up the scroll of your destiny, glowing with symbols of gold and fire. As he opens it, he says, "This is the part heaven wrote for you." The words are alive. They move like light. You can almost feel the vibration of truth emanating from them. He reads aloud, "This soul will not fail. This soul will soar. This soul shall receive the inheritance of love, prosperity, and divine peace. Stay until the finish. Do not skip." The energy in your home starts to move again. You may feel goosebumps, a flicker in the lights, or a strange warmth near your heart. That is the confirmation that your scroll has been unlocked. Heaven's plan for your life has officially taken effect. Michael continues. You will begin to notice 3 distinct signals that your pledge is being fulfilled. The first communication will be unexpected, yet hopeful. The second will be the opening of a door you thought was permanently closed. And the third will be peace, deep and unexplainable, replacing the anxiety that once ruled your nights. Heaven never makes promises it cannot keep. The angel says every word spoken about your future by divine lips is now turning into visible reality. It starts with energy, followed by coincidence, and last with confirmation. That is why you must remain alert in the coming days. Every small event will be part of the larger miracle forming around you. Do not skip. Stay until the finish. The angel says there is a sacred law in heaven. Once light is pronounced over a person's life, darkness loses all legal claim to them. You are now under that declaration. Every curse, hereditary pattern, and load tied to your name has been lifted. You are no longer the person you were yesterday. Heaven has also sent a guardian to accompany you beyond this night. You might feel its presence through random chills or soft whispers of calm when you face decisions. This guardian serves as a reminder that the pledge is not transitory. It's eternal. You've been marked by divine favor that cannot be undone. Michael directs his focus toward the future. He says, "My beloved child, there will come a time when others will look to you for guidance. You'll tell them about the night. Consider how light invaded your home while everything appeared silent. This is part of your purpose, to carry testimony, to awaken others who have forgotten their own divine contracts." He says, "Do not hide your light anymore. It is time for the world to see what heaven has been planning in secret. The events of your life, the heartbreak, the struggles, all of them were not punishment, but preparation. The energy in your home last night did more than just visit you. It changed you into a carrier of light. Stay until the finish. Don't skid, because now Michael reveals the most intimate part of your divine vow, the one tied to your heart. He believes there is a soul whose journey is connected to yours. You were meant to meet again when your light was strong enough to hold both destinies. This person, whether close or far, is being directed toward you. The cosmos is arranging conditions to bring that relationship into your life. Do not oppose it when it occurs. Don't question how or when. Just allow it. This person carries the missing half of a promise, a vow made between souls before birth. They are now being awakened because your light has finally reached the same frequency as theirs. That's why you've been experiencing unexpected feelings, flashes of déjà vu, and nightmares about someone calling your name. The reunion is already in way. Michael smiles gently. When you meet this person, he claims, you will know. Not because of words, but because the air will move. The same divine energy that entered your home will surround you again. It will feel like tranquility taking the form of another human being. Stay until the finish. Do not skip. The angel emphasizes that this relationship, whether friendship, love, or cooperation, is part of your spiritual duty. Together, you will unlock blessings for others. Together, you will bring divine light to places that have long been dark. Heaven does not unify souls by mistake. It unites them by design. Michael's tone becomes deeper, like thunder wrapped in silk. Remember this, he says. Be calm tonight, as the days ahead will test your trust. Recall the light that touched your walls, the calm that followed, the warmth that filled your chest. That was not imagination. That was eternity extending into time. Heaven will not allow your destiny to disappear. You are being watched, guided, and loved beyond measure. Every trail you take now has angelic footsteps beside you. You may stumble, but you will not fall. You can cry, but you won't break. Because your pledge assured that no matter where life leads you, you will always be under divine protection. Do not skip. Stay until the finish. The angel promises that within days there will be a sign, undeniable and unmistakable, that proves this message was real. It could come in the form of a phone call, a dream, or an experience so precise that it takes your breath away. When it happens, remember this line: heaven keeps every word. The light begins to soften, becoming golden, warm, and full. Michael folds his wings gently as he prepares to ascend. He says, "You stayed, and heaven stayed with you. You obeyed, and your blessings were activated." He leaves behind a whisper that lingers like perfume in the air. The following 7 days will not just bless you. They will shape the remainder of your life. Every morning from now on will be different. Every night will pericome. You are no longer waiting for miracles. You're stepping into one. Please, my beloved child, do not skip. Stay until the conclusion, since this section exposes the moment the heavens have been planning since your birth. The energy you felt last night wasn't random. It marked the start of something permanent, a divine manifestation that will now take physical form. Archangel Michael appears before you again, his light shining brighter than ever, filling your entire space with warmth that feels like home. He whispers softly, "You've crossed the threshold." What was promised is now on its way. You may have observed that today felt different, lighter, or more emotional. Things around you look clearer, and the world appears softer. That is not your imagination. It is because heaven has placed you under the broad skies of favor. Every invisible force that once blocked your blessings has been removed. The spiritual bonds that bound your advancement have broken, and the path ahead of you now shines with divine light. Archangel Michael states that the manifestation begins in silence. He won't arrive with thunder or noise, but through small, perfectly timed moments. You'll get a call that changes everything, a message that feels too perfect to be a coincidence, or an encounter that appears to be organized by the universe itself. That is how miracles appear, gently, gracefully, but definitely genuine. Do not skip. Stay until the conclusion, for the angel is ready to disclose the form of your upcoming miracle. Michael extends his hand to you and murmurs, "What is about to manifest carries your name, purpose, and legacy." It's something heaven has been protecting from corruption, waiting for the moment your soul was strong enough to hold it. He argues this isn't a test, but rather the delivery. The promise that was once energy is now becoming a reality. Heaven has started to align people in your favor. Someone is speaking about you right now, saying your name in a room full of possibilities. Another person who once ignored you is suddenly reminded of you. Someone far away feels compelled to assist you for unknown reasons. All of these movements are parts of the same divine mechanism. The wheel of destiny has begun to turn, and you are in the center of it. Stay until the finish. Do not skip. According to the angel, this miracle is multi-layered. It carries not just your reward, but restoration for those connected to your heart. When it arrives, it will heal more than your finances, loneliness, or insecurity. It will restore your confidence, your belief, and your ability to trust that goodness still belongs to you. Archangel Michael reveals that your home is now sealed with divine protection for the next season of your life. Every time you walk through the doorway, invisible light follows you. That's why you might have experienced remarkable calm or even mild warmth when you walked into the house today. It is not an illusion. It is the afterglow of divine visitation. Heaven has chosen your home as a resting place for its energy. Michael says within 3 nights, something physical will confirm this manifestation. It could be an object falling at the same moment you think of something significant, or a hymn playing out of nowhere that speaks directly to your heart. or an unexpected message that aligns perfectly with your thoughts. You will be notified when this occurs. Your miracle has reached Earth. Heaven employs coded timing. Every second you spent listening, believing, and persevering until the finish has tuned your spirit into that rhythm. That is why the angel kept saying, "Don't skip." Because in spiritual law, attention creates permission. Your faith has opened doors that even prayer alone could not. Archangel Michael now offers you a vision of a bright horizon that extends indefinitely, with gold roads leading to a glowing metropolis. He says, "This is what your soul has entered." You're walking toward fulfillment, not confusion. Every delay you experienced was heaven rearranging events so that your blessing would arrive without loss or hindrance. Do not skip. Stay until the finish. Michael explains that the person you've been thinking about, whose presence lingers in your heart, is also a part of this manifestation. He reveals that this individual has been dreaming about you and feels your energy even though they are unable to explain it. Heaven has been whispering your name into their thoughts. Something will soon drive them closer, and a previously inconceivable conversation will eventually take place. You may feel frightened or emotional when it happens, but remember what Michael said. This is not a coincidence. This is fate catching up. The energy that brought angels into your home is now pulling people, events, and opportunities into alignment. The angel's light becomes much brighter. He declares, "You are entering your harvest season." The years of struggle were the planting. The tears were the water. Your faith was the soil. And now that the harvest is mature, Jesus promises that you will witness abundance in unexpected ways, such as surprising messages of acceptance, financial favor, relational healing, and harmony in your household. Do not skip. Stay until the conclusion, since Michael says the arrival is about more than just financial rewards. It is also about restoring one's identity. For so long, life made you forget who you are, a chosen vessel, not a mistake, not a shadow, but a radiant soul wrapped in divine protection. The upcoming miracle will serve as a reminder of your worth, purpose, and unshakable place in heaven's plan. He says when you wake tomorrow, the air itself will feel new. The sunlight will appear softer, and the earth will be quieter, because heaven has already touched the day before you even enter it. Your road is being cleaned minute by minute, and those who formerly questioned your ascension will begin to see the fulfillment of your promise.
This is not a chance.
It is amazing choreography. Heaven moves with precision, and every event in your life, including the heartbreaks, was part of the rhythm that led you to this point. Michael's voice resonates softly. All of it was necessary. Every pain had purpose. Every silence carried instruction. Now, every prayer yields fruit. He raises his sword of light once more, and beams of illumination extend from your home forth into the streets and into the hearts of those you care about. What is about to enter your home, he claims, is tranquility that money cannot buy, clarity that fear cannot distort, and abundance that cannot run out. Stay until the finish. Do not skip. The miracle is personal. Heaven designs no duplicates. Yours carries the exact vibration of your soul. It knows where you are, how to contact you, and when to arrive. Nothing can stop it since it was inscribed into your destiny before time even began. Michael says the arrival will first appear as a moment of alignment, with a call answered at the proper time. An email that feels heaven-sent, a person appearing with words that match your unspoken thoughts. That is how the divine moves, softly but clearly. He says, when this happens, respond softly, I accept this with peace. That phrase traps the energy and prevents it from being delayed further. Archangel Michael reveals that your manifestation carries 3 layers. The first is restoration, or the recovery of all you believed you had lost. The second is revelation, the truth about why those losses had to happen. And the third is recognition, the world finally seeing the value heaven always saw in you. He thinks that the first indication of your arrival will be emotional. You will feel lighter, as if a hidden load has been lifted. The second indicator will be something tangible, such as a present, money, or possibilities that appear without your effort. And the third sign will be relational, someone returning or reaching out, not by accident, but by divine arrangement. Don't skip forward because Michael is about to explain the source of this manifestation, the one prayer that sparked it all. He says that months ago, when you were at your lowest, when you murmured your last ounce of hope, heaven heard it louder than a roar. That was a prayer that opened this path. Heaven does not respond to noise but to authenticity. When you cried, heaven didn't see weakness, it saw surrender. That moment marked a turning point. And the angels began preparing this night, this message, this miracle. Michael now shows you strolling down a bright corridor filled with floating lights. Each light reflects a blessing released in your name. See how many there are? He kindly says, you thought heaven was silent, but all this time it was constructing a staircase of miracles beneath your feet. He claims that at the end of the month, one huge occurrence will prove everything. It could be a message that restores your faith, an unexpected financial turn, or someone disclosing the truth that frees your heart. Whatever form it takes, you will know instantly that it's divine, because it will feel like destiny catching up to you after a long delay. Don't leave before the finish. Michael warns that when this blessing arrives, others may act surprised, even envious, but you must remain calm. He says, don't defend what heaven gives you. The light you bear does not pose a threat to others. Rather, it invites them to awaken as well. Heaven never gives half a miracle. Michael explains that this arrival comes with overflow. What is being released for you will benefit not only you, but everyone who is connected to your energy. Your family will feel relieved, your friends will be at ease, and even your foes will soften. That's how divine power works. It transforms everything it touches. Michael smiles and says, the promise that was whispered over your name has now echoed across realms. Every angel in heaven knows your story. Every one of them rejoices because you didn't give up. He goes on to say that you are not at the end of your tale, but rather at its beginning. The chapter that begins now will be marked by ease. A sense of ease that stems not from love, but from alignment. Do not skip forward. Instead, stay until the conclusion. The angel says the reason your manifestation took this long is because you were being trained to recognize true peace. You had to let go of things that distracted you so that when the proper blessing came along, you could guard and nurture it without mistaking it for chance. Michael glides closer, his wings glittering with colors beyond description, and murmurs, "My beloved one." Tonight you stand in completion. The vow has been completed, the energy sealed, and the manifestation has approved it. He rests his palm on your head, and you feel an electrifying warm rush throughout your body. Every cell responds, and every thought quiets. It feels like time itself bows before the peace entering your soul. You whisper that you are home, protected, and cherished. Do not skip. Instead, remain till the conclusion. Because the angel is now delivering his final message for the night, the prophecy of continuity. He says the miracle that begins tonight will multiply. It will not dissipate with the sunrise. Rather, it will expand. Every day for the next 7 days, new signs will appear. Follow and trust them. Each sign represents a step toward a larger revelation that will occur by the end of the month. Before ascending, Archangel Michael looks at you with eyes full of divine affection. He thinks you did something very few people can do. You listened, believed, and stayed. Because of that, heaven stayed with you. He lifts his sword again, cutting light into the air for his final seal. This light, he declares, marks your household as sacred. Nothing from darkness can pass its border. Only love, peace, and miracles are allowed to enter. The light lingers as his form begins to fade, leaving your space drenched in serenity. You feel tears rise, but they're not of sadness, they're of release. Every fear, wound, and disappointment transforms into warmth. The night feels different now, not heavy, but full of peaceful wonder. Please, my beloved child, do not skip. Stay till the very end, because this is where everything comes full circle. The moment you've been waiting for, the final proof that heaven's promise is real, is unfolding even as you read these words. Archangel Michael appears in the same golden light that initially entered your home, but this time it burns steadier, brighter, and more completely. He says, "What began as a whisper has become a revelation. The hidden has become seen. The divine has stepped into form. Heaven's manifestation has reached its last stage. The unveiling. The energy that filled your room has now found a vessel through which it will express itself in your world. Whether it appears as a person, an event, or a moment, you will recognize it right away because the air around you will shift, not with dread, but with a deep and familiar calm. This is the miracle taking shape. This is heaven's proof that obedience, patience, and faith never go unanswered." Archangel Michael's voice gets gentler. "My beloved, you were told to open this immediately since heaven was timing this alignment perfectly. The hour has arrived, and destiny no longer waits. The blessing you once dreamed of is now walking toward you. Do not skip. Stay until the finish." Michael discloses that your miracle has been camouflaged as a common occurrence, a little humble item that will soon unfold in front of your eyes. He advises, "Don't miss the small moments. Heaven hides greatness in simplicity." It may be a message that lands at the right second, a call that restores something broken, or an encounter that changes the direction of your entire life. It could appear ordinary, but it contains divine DNA. He goes on to say that the person or time chosen to bestow this blessing has been predetermined for weeks. Every path they took, every delay they faced, was so they could arrive at your life exactly when heaven decided. That is why everything in your life has to slow down recently. The silence was not punishment, it was synchrony. Stay until the finish. Do not skip. The angel says the air in your home tonight will feel unusually still right before the arrival happens. The light will soften, your breathing will slow, and a weird tranquility will settle the indication of heaven infiltrating the tangible earth. And when it happens, you'll know beyond doubt that this message was real. Archangel Michael approaches, his wings wrapping around you like a shield of warmth and comfort. The blessing that enters your life will not come and go, he says. It will stay. Its purpose is to replenish what has been depleted while increasing what remains. He calls it the covenant of continuity. A heavenly promise that the goodness that begins tonight will continue indefinitely, not just for you, but for future generations, bearing your name. Archangel Michael then raises his right hand toward the space above you, revealing a golden symbol that is spherical, brilliant, and spins gently in midair. He says this is the seal of completion. It is now imprinted on your life. As the light touches you, every unsolved worry and buried fear vanishes like dust in the wind. You may even feel your heart expand, as if a previously unknown door has opened within you. Michael smiles. The heavens celebrate tonight because the promise has been fulfilled. The story began in anguish and concluded in peace. The mansion, which was once silent, now resonates with exquisite melody. He reminds you that the signs will not stop after this message ends. For the next few days, you will notice small but precise confirmations, a feather appearing where there shouldn't be one, a specific time on the clock repeating, a name resurfacing from the past, or a dream so vivid that it feels more real than waking life. Each of these times will be heaven whispering, "It's finished." Terror. Stay until the finish. Don't skimp. Michael says that now your duty is simple: to rest, to believe, and to prepare. You no longer have to put up any effort to manifest. It only requires space. Create room for the blessing, he says. Eliminate doubt. Make space in your thoughts and trust that what belongs to you is already on its way. He explains that divine timing is not coincidental. Everything in your life has been leading to this, even the deeders, even the heartbreaks. Heaven never wastes pain. It transforms it into wisdom, and each scar becomes a portal for light. That's why this final section is no longer about waiting. It is about receiving. Michael says you are the chosen vessel for this miracle. What you carry today, this light, calmness, and power, will attract abundance, love, and healing wherever you go. From today, your very presence will shift the energy of rooms. You are no longer praying for a miracle. You are a miracle. The light begins to rise, lighting the chamber with a golden fire that soothes rather than burns. Michael's form begins to ascend through it, his voice fading into resonance rather than silence. Heaven has completed its work, my beloved child, he adds. He goes on to say that the house has been sealed, the blessing has been released, and the promise has been fulfilled. Remember this night. When doubt arises, remember this brightness. When terror whispers, say peace. When you forget, look at your hands. They carry the residue of divine fire. Do not skip. Stay until the finish, because Michael offers his final instructions. Share your light. When others are in despair, remind them that heaven still hears. When others express fear, tell them about the serenity that has come to your home. This is how the miracle multiplies, not by retaining it, but by allowing it to flow. The atmosphere stills completely. The air is clean, and the room appears weightless. You have the impression that something great has finished, but something new has quietly began. You feel no fear or perplexity, only the assurance that everything is now in motion exactly as heaven intended. Archangel Michael's last words echo softly in your soul. You have done well, my beloved. Rest now in faith, since the angels will finish what you started. When the sun rises, your new life begins with it. The brightness fades into quiet. The air is warm, glowing faintly as if invisible wings still hover. You sit still, heart steady. Your eyes are calm, and you already know deep down. The promise has arrived. A miracle has occurred. The night has become sacred. And as the first quiet seconds of dawn reach your window, you realize something undeniable. Heaven kept its word. Your tale will never be the same. Your home is blessed. Your name is protected. Your life from this night onward carries the seal of Archangel Michael himself. Radiant, untouchable, eternal.